Hey everybody, and welcome to session number 5 of the NYA Acceleration International Web Summit. This is DJ Savanjo. We have been having a wonderful time over the last week or so. We are literally heading into the very half time, we could say that, of this whole event. We're almost halfway through this amazing summit, and I'm really excited. We've had 4 amazing sessions, and if you missed any one of them, you missed a great deal, and that's not hype, that is fact. I will let you know later on how you can listen and access the 4 previous sessions, but what I can say is, wow, it's been an absolutely amazing time. I'm really so excited about the value that's being added since we started and the difference that I see a lot of people making this year, 2015, because we are a part of this amazing event. I'd like to say thank you very much to everybody for making time out of your busy schedules to be here tonight or this morning, this afternoon, depending on what part of the world that you are listening in from. My name again is DJ Savanjo, and I am the host of this event. Now, the Acceleration International Web Summit we kicked this off in 2013. And the purpose of this event is basically to help position us to maximize the year. It's to help launch people into an amazing year. And from the very first event we've run, the feedback has consistently been amazing, having hundreds of people from all over the world, across Europe and North America, across the Caribbean, across Africa, and just the feedback that we've been getting from people who've listened into our sessions and participated, learned so much from the amazing speakers and trainers that we've assembled to help launch you into an amazing year. It's always been amazing, and this year so far it has been brilliant. I'll very quickly, just give us, for those of us who maybe this is the first time that you're tuning in. Actually, just before we go ahead, please do me a favor. I just want to make sure you can hear me clearly. Okay, so if you could just go to the chat box and just type yes, I can hear you, or something like that, just so I know that you can hear me, and hopefully you can see me as well. Okay, and if you can, just go ahead and just type yes in the little chat box, just so I can be sure that I'm not talking to myself, because that has happened before where I was hosting an online event and I was going on and on and on and on, and I'd be talking for about 20 minutes before I realized that no one could actually hear me. So if you can hear me, if you could just type in the chat box that you can hear me, that would be great. Okay, so we started about exactly a week ago. The very first session was on Wednesday, the 14th. And that way we looked at 4 simple strategies to accelerate your career in the new year. I actually hosted that session, the feedback from that session, where I shared with us, if you're looking at accelerating your career this year, and a lot of things have changed in the career space, and I shared some 4 powerful strategies to help you to set your career. Basically, it's almost like you're on flight in the year 2015, and it's the feedback was really amazing. Session number 2 was the thought transformation process that will ensure you will achieve everything that you were born to do this year. That was with Coach Kemi. Again, that was another amazing session from a week ago. And then a couple of days ago, day 2 of the NYA Acceleration International Web Summit, we had Winning the Game of Impact, which was with Andy Cumming, it was just powerful. I mean, Andy, he shared some amazing things about how to position yourself to be the best you can be in whatever space in your business and whatever space you find yourself in. And it was just really great stuff. Some of the things he shared there were really mind-blowing, the kind of things that would really set you to position yourself and to separate yourself and distinguish yourself as you grow your brand, your personal brand in the business market space. And the last session up to this point, which is how you can pinpoint your professional pathway in the new year, with Emma Chard Cumming, which was basically, I called it the part 2 of my session. If you felt my session was part 1 for your career growth, Emma's session was part 2 for your career growth, where she basically was focusing on how you can pinpoint your professional path, which is what's the right path I should be going down in building my career and my profession. That was with Emma, and it was absolutely brilliant. We've got a couple sessions today, and then after today we have 4 more sessions: Monday the 26th and Wednesday the 28th. Monday the 26th we have we have the first session is using the power of media to build your brand in the new year. And we have Rita Okoye, she's doing this one. I mean, Rita has a very strong background in media marketing. She's worked with quite a number of publications. She's worked with Channel 4 in the UK. She's worked with BBC here in the UK. She's also done a lot of work with a lot of media companies here in the UK as well as in Nigeria. So I mean, if I don't think there's anyone who is better qualified to talk about how to use the media, and I'm talking traditional media. I mean, a lot of people are going on about social media. Social media is brilliant, but because everyone's focused on social media, it's like we've all abandoned traditional media. And traditional media is so powerful, and it can really give you a lot of leverage. And Rita's going to be sharing that with us next week, first session. On Monday the 26th, which will be session number 6. Session number 4 is how to transition from we to me after a relationship breakdown. And we have the relationship expert, Zena. She's going to be talking about this. She's going to, if maybe you've been in a relationship, maybe it's been a long-term relationship that maybe fallen apart, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, how do I handle this? And you feel like you've lost a significant part of your life, and you're not sure how to move on, how to get up, and you're still probably in that place where you're not able to get up and move forward. Well, Zena's going to be sharing with us basically how to transition and how to reposition yourself and reclaim your life and go on to make sure that this setback doesn't hold you back from moving forward with your life. So look out for that session. If you know anybody who might have gone through a relationship breakdown, a relationship breakup, or in a place where they're still suffering the pains of a relationship breakdown of any sort, I would want to recommend that you really, just let them know about this, get them to register so they can participate and benefit from that session. And then the final day, which is Wednesday the 28th, the first session on that day, which is session number 9, how to maximize your current relationships for best business productivity in 2015. And we have the lovely Lavelda Smith. Lavelda's amazing. I had the opportunity to chat with her, and a lot of people, they go to networking events, they want to go and create new relationships. But what Lavelda's saying here is, listen, it's good you're going out and networking, but have you actually maximized relationships you have right now to increase your business productivity? And Lavelda is an expert in harnessing the power of your current relationships to increase your productivity in the business marketplace. Oh yes, you can go out and network and build new relationships, but have you harnessed and maximized the relationships you have at the moment? And that is what Lavelda is going to be sharing. It's a no-miss session. You definitely don't want to miss that one. And then finally, session number 10. I'm really excited about this because our speaker here, Teresa Holmes, she was actually she was a delegate. She attended the very first New Year Acceleration International Web Summit 2013. I've known Lavelda now for about 2 years. She's absolutely amazing. She runs a not-for-profit organization as well as a business, and she's worked in consultancy in the HR space for a long time. And she's going to be doing a session where she's going to be sharing how to successfully navigate a new career path. So if you're looking at changing careers and you want to get it right and make sure you can do it right in the new year, then that is a session you most definitely do not want to miss. So I'm sure you will agree that we have so much lined up. We're expectantly looking forward to having a brilliant time, and I strongly encourage you to make sure you block out the time to attend every single session. But I also want you to do me a favor, is to get the word out. It's newyeacceleration.com. Just go on if you could do me a favor right now and just click the Facebook the Facebook like button that's here, and just click it so you can share this via Facebook so other people can come in and be a part, not just of this session, but of every other session. It's NYAcceleration.com. Get the word out. It's free. We bring in 10 of the best success trainers across Europe, North America, and Africa to come and share their knowledge and expertise. And there's so many people that can get value from this event. And I want to make sure that no one who should be here misses out. So spread the word, and let's get other people benefiting from what we are doing here. All right. So now our presenter for tonight, his name is Brian Kenny. He's an amazing guy. He's not in at the moment. He's having a few challenges with technology. So he's going to be in a short while. But what I decided to do is I'm not going to leave you guys hanging here. I just can't do that. And so I felt, why don't I share? Brian, I'll tell you a little bit about Brian. Hopefully he'll be in shortly. And he's going to be sharing something really, really powerful about achieving total transformation in the new year. Now, Brian Kenny is an author, a fitness expert, an entrepreneur, and a motivational speaker. He's the owner of a successful health and fitness company called Wellness for Life. He has a specialty in teaching current entrepreneurs how to take their companies to the next level. So yes, staying compassionate to the new entrepreneur by showing them how to establish a sound business in today's market. He's very passionate. His passion for people is prompting him to focus on helping people to become successful in their lives and in their business, as well as in their health. So in order to be successful in business, he believes you must first be healthy, fit, free of disease, and free of unhealthy mindsets. And so he's very much into physical health, mental health, and then the health of your business. So he's into holistic health. He's a wellness expert, primarily in the place of physical and mental health, but he also, he's very passionate about the whole person. So there's your physical health, your mental health, and the health of your business, as well as other things as well. He's a husband to his lovely wife, Erica. He's got a wonderful son, Jordan, and he has actually helped over 1,000 of his clients achieve their weight loss goals. So if there's anybody who's looking at losing weight and actually making it happen, Brian is the guy. He's been featured on quite a number of channels, CBS, NBC, and the Atlanta Live show. I'm really, really excited that he's decided to be a part of this event, and I'm looking forward to him getting in. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he will be in shortly. However, we're going to get into things, and I just felt while we wait for Brian, why don't I share a few things that could really make a big difference for you? So I'm just going to share with us a couple of things that can help you to have a phenomenal business. How can you have a phenomenal business this year? Now, I've worked with entrepreneurs. I've worked in the entrepreneurial space, building my own businesses since 2002. So, and not only that, I've helped quite a number of entrepreneurs as well as business owners to people who are struggling and taking their businesses to the next level. I've worked with them to help them to identify the things they need to focus on if they want to see business growth. For a lot of times, people want to build a business, and I'm not sure, maybe you're someone who's an entrepreneur and you found yourself in a place where you're struggling to take your business to the next level, and you're beginning to wonder, what actually can I do? What do I do? There's a lot of advice out there. There's so much noise out there. A lot of it is fluff, and a lot of it actually is people who aren't making it happen trying to advise other people on how to make it happen. And so you're not really sure what is valid and what you should focus on. Well, just what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with us what you need to focus on if you've got a business that is struggling and that's pretty stagnant, and you're saying to yourself, I just want to be able to break through. What should you focus on? I'm just going to cover a few things here that hopefully will just help you to get your business out of the doldrums and begin to see your business begin to grow and begin to move up to that next level. So let me just check if there's anybody who has a business or intends to start a business this year. Just either you have one or you want to start one, just type "yes, I do" in the chat box so I can get a sense, or actually, you know what, let me just conduct a poll very quickly. So I'll conduct a poll. So Do you have a business? Let's go. Yes. Let's go. No, but plan to. So I'll just quickly create a poll here. Start one, or let's go. No, am not interested. Okay, so there we go. I am going to click start poll. So if you just click on polls, right? If you click on polls, you would see the poll there. Do you have a business? Yes, no, but plan to start one, or no and not interested. So just select whichever one's you, and then just click vote, and then we'll get a sense of where we are in the room, and then we'll take it from there. So if you do have a business, just type yes. If you do not plan to start a business, just type then select the second one. But if you don't and are not interested in start a business, then just select that as well. So we can have a sense of who's in the room, and I can identify, and that will give me, help me understand how to work with us and how to ensure we get great value as we wait. And hopefully Brian can sort out his challenges and he can join us in the room. Okay, so basically what I'm going to be sharing is I'm going to be sharing with us in over the next few minutes before Brian gets in, what you need to do if you have a business and you really want to move it from the point where you're pretty much stagnant, and you want to be able to get that upward curve, and you want to see that motion where you can start seeing the incomes growing, start seeing the business expanding, things going to the next level. What should you be doing? That is what I'm going to be sharing with us. What do you focus on? Because you're going to have a lot of things clamoring for your attention, and so which of these things should you pay attention to if you wanted to really move into some productivity in your business? Where should your attention be? All right, I'll give us about 10 more seconds, and then I'll end the poll, and then we'll see what the results are. Okay, so I'll just give us a few more seconds if you haven't voted. Okay, so all right, so that's it. I'm just going to bring it up now. End poll, and there we go. Okay, so everybody in the room has a business. Awesome. Great stuff. Wow. Awesome. Now that's cool, because that means that what I'm going to be sharing right now is going to be absolutely 100% relevant to all of us. Wow. And that's a bit of a surprise. I'm really excited about that, because that means you're going to get great value out of this session. Okay, so as soon as Brian comes in, I'll be handing over to him, but I'm sure you'll get so much value before he does. Now, the thing is this. There are many important elements of a successful business. So there's lots of things that you need to come to play if you're going to build a successful business. For example, there's things like legal. Right now, you've got to understand the law to a certain degree. You've got to get, because if you go and do certain things wrong, it can cost you. So understanding legal, what you're meant to do and what you're not meant to do. A classic example right now is the new rules with VAT here, or value-added tax here in Europe. For those of you who are maybe haven't heard of VATMOS, basically what it is if you sell digital products, online, so maybe home study programs, ebooks, and videos and video courses and things like that, the law changed on the 1st of January 2015 in the EU, where if someone in the EU buys your product, which is a digital product, you are responsible for ensuring that VAT, value-added tax, for that particular product is paid to that person's home country. Now, let's just say that is hugely complicated, and it's a big challenge to those of us who work in the space where we sell digital products, especially lots of small micro businesses. Now, understanding this and not paying attention to this could impact on your business in a significant way. There's other things like finance. So, for example, understanding the finances, understanding the numbers are pretty crucial. Other things like recruitment is another thing, which is okay. Getting people in, recruiting people, whether it's full-time employees, whether you're getting people in as contractors who just come in to do certain things, it doesn't really matter. Other things like web design, designing a website, setting up your systems and things like that Inventory management, so managing your inventory, making sure you have enough stock without also making sure you don't have too much stock and turn down your cash. So managing inventory these are other things which are pretty important with your business. Facilities management, credit control, information management, IT. Now, these are all very important elements for your business, and they're things that you need to pay attention to. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you're a multi-million-pound business. These are elements that you've got to pay attention to if you want to have a good and solid business. The question, though, is this: are all these elements equal to one another? And the answer is no. There are many more elements that are important for a successful business. However, for you to achieve your real business growth, for you to really see your business grow, you can't afford to spread yourself thin. Okay, so you can't, especially if you're a smaller type business looking to launch or just looking to grow your business, you can't afford to spread yourself thin. You can't focus on everything, because you just can't. I mean, you can try, but you'll struggle. Okay, you can't focus on everything. So the thing that is, if you can't focus on everything, what are the things that you should focus on if you want to see growth in your business? And that is a key thing, because it's so easy to get caught up in stuff that are important, but are not as important as the most important things. And tonight I'm going to be sharing with us the things you need to focus on if you want to see growth. Now, if you want to grow your business, you need to focus primarily on two key things. And I'm going to run through them very quickly. The first thing is product innovation. Now, product innovation is the first thing that you need to focus on if you want to build a solid business. At the end of the day, it's an amazing solution that you bring to the market. So ask yourself, first of all, who's your target market? What are their biggest frustrations? What are their biggest frustrations? So you look at the marketplace. Ultimately, if you're building a business or growing a business, what you're doing is this. You are going to the marketplace, finding a problem in the marketplace, a problem that someone wants to solve. You see a frustration. You see a gap, right? And then you then bring the solution to the market, and you trade in that solution for someone's money. That ultimately, whether it's B2B, which is business to business, or B2C, which is business to consumer, that is what you do. There is a need, a desire, a hunger, a frustration in the marketplace, and you identify that pain, hunger, desire, or frustration, and you find something that can address that concern. You bring it to where the need is, you offer it to the need, and you exchange that solution for money. Ultimately, that's what it is. So if you want to grow a business, then you've got to have something that you can bring to the market. So how does this work? This is where product innovation, which is solutions that the marketplace actually needs desperately. So ask yourself questions like this. Who is your target market? That's the very first question. Who are you targeting? First question, who are you targeting? And so if you're looking to grow your business, right, you've got, wow, okay, Brian's in. Hi, Brian, how you doing? Brian's in, but he's not speaking yet. Hi, Brian, how you doing? Okay, 1 second. Hi, Brian. Okay, I'll just keep talking while Brian sorts out his audio. Okay, so we're talking product innovation here. So first of all, you find out what are their frustrations. Who is your target market? First question. Second question, what are their frustrations? What is their pain? For example, let's say your target market is, and I've used this one a few times, mothers who've just had a baby, right? Or they've had a baby and they want to get rid of that baby fat. And so what's their frustration? Their frustration is this. When they wake up in the morning, jump in the shower, when they come out and they look in the mirror, they see all that flab and they don't like it. They have all these lovely dresses that they used to wear before they had that baby. They put on those dresses now and it just doesn't fit anymore. They hate what they see. They've tried quite a number of different things and nothing seems to be working. You know, and they're at a place where they've almost given up, but they keep getting reminded when they look at the mirror, you know, that they just don't like what they see. So they would have given up if not because they keep getting reminded what they look like, and they don't like what they look like when they look in the mirror. So they are at this moment a very frustrated individual. So that is your target market, right? So you've also identified their frustration. Their frustration is they can't wear those clothes they used to wear any longer. Not only that, but they don't like what they see in the mirror. But not only that, they have tried all sorts of different diets and different programs, and none of these things seem to be working. Okay? Now, so you've identified a target market. You've also identified their desire and their frustration. Okay? Now, what you do then is this. You then source. You can either create or package a solution or find a solution that basically would solve that problem. Now, as long as you have creative ways of packaging a solution or finding a solution for a need in the marketplace, then that's a potential for you to be in business. So the first thing is, what solutions are you bringing to the marketplace? And how are you presenting or packaging your solutions for the marketplace, the products and services that you bring to the marketplace? Okay? All right. Again, I'll just quickly check. Hey, Brian, can you hear me? If you can hear me, just type yes in the little chat box there. Okay, so that's the first thing is, who's your target market? Second thing is, what are their desires? And the third thing is, what are their frustrations? And then you find a product or a service or package a product or a service. So if you are into creating products, you can create your own product. If you are into offering services, like maybe you offer a consultancy or you are a weight loss coach, we're still talking about this mother who's looking to lose baby fat. So maybe you can package a service offering, which is maybe a 90-day weight loss program. Or if you have your own unique weight loss program, you can offer that as a solution as well. Or maybe you can source solutions. You find a problem and maybe you found products that you know would address that particular frustration. So you just need to look at product innovation. How can I package solutions for problems that are in the market? So that's the first thing. The second thing, or I said there are two things you need to focus on. The second thing you need to focus on is marketing. So number one is product innovation. Number two is marketing. Now, a huge amount of money, and I know this because I work with small business owners, is wasted by small business owners on ineffective marketing. Why? Because what a lot of small business owners do is they just look at what other people are doing and they copy it. So I'll give you an example. Someone wants to start a business, and what do they decide to do? They decide to go and start, you know what? Everybody who has a business has a website. So what's the first thing many people do now when they want to start a business? Is they go and get a website. It used to be business cards, Everybody got, it's really crazy, right? I mean, think about it. Most people who want to start a business or who want to grow a business, what's one of the things they do? The very first thing they used to do, now it's they get a website. It used to be you get business cards. Now, when I ask people, how many clients have you got through your business cards? You know what? Most of the time, they say none. But you know what they still do? They get a business card. What about a website? When I ask people, well, how many clients have you got from your website? You know what they normally say? Well, the website's good. It's really good. It gives you visibility. People know what you're doing. That wonderful. But how many clients have you got from your website? And then they look at me and say, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. But actually, come to think of it, no. Right? And I get that a lot. Why? Because people just do things without understanding why they're doing them, because everybody else is doing something. And it's one of the dumbest things to do is to copy people without knowing if what they're doing is actually working. And that's the reason why a lot of people have given up on marketing because they haven't been able to develop effective marketing systems. Okay? All right. So, so let's talk about marketing. Now, one of the things that amuses me is, most small business owners do not mind spending money on the services of a professional accountant. Because as far as they're concerned, I don't know anything about accounting, about just getting an accountant, or sitting down with a solicitor and saying, you know what, I don't understand the legal side of business. I need you to help me with this. But when it comes to marketing, right, most business owners would never seek the help of a professional to help them with their marketing until they have wasted all their marketing money. So let's say someone starts a business and they have a £5,000 marketing budget or a $5,000 marketing budget. What do they normally do? This is what they'll normally do. First of all, they're going to take out an advert in their local newspaper. So the other thing is they're going to go and spend a couple £1,000s on a website. So they spend £2,000 on a website, and then they spend £2,000 advertising their website in their local newspaper, thinking that, now that I advertise my website in my local newspaper, I'm going to get everybody in my local, we've got, so they'll say something like, we've got 50,000 people that this local newspaper goes out to. So and it's a free local newspaper, so I'll spend £2,000 advertising in my local newspaper. It's going to be seen by 50,000 people who live here, 50,000 households. At least, even if I get 1% 50,000, I would get, okay, help me, what's 1% of 50,000? 500 customers. And you know what they'll do? So they'll spend £2,000 on a website, £2,000 advertising in a local newspaper, and then they have £1,000 left. Now, how many clients are they likely to get from that newspaper advert? Anybody who's ever attempted it knows what the answer is, and the answer is most likely zero. That's just the truth. Why? Because they have no clue about how marketing works, and for that reason, they will most likely not get any results at all. So they'll get exposure, in quote, for their business, but they don't understand media marketing because they haven't spoken to someone like Rita, who's an expert in media marketing. They would think to themselves, what's the point? All I need to do is just copy what this other person's doing and do the same thing. Well, what makes you think that what that person's doing is working? See, this is the mistake a lot of business people make. Marketing will make or break your business. Marketing would make or break your business. Now, you don't have to spend tens of thousands, because what a lot of people do is, they don't understand the fundamentals of marketing. Now, I'm not saying you should become a marketing professional, but at least educate yourself on the fundamentals. So first of all, look at getting a marketing specialist to help you with your marketing. Take half of your marketing budget, whatever marketing budget is, take half of it and invest it in the services of a marketing professional. Or if you don't have such a big budget, then spend half of it educating yourself on marketing. So rather than spending, so let's look at the person who spent £2,000 advertising in their local newspaper. Now, not only is that true, right? That was me a few years ago. I was that person, who took a great chunk of money and threw it into lots of different things that didn't work, right? Thankfully, I had staying power. And eventually, I began to learn marketing, which is the next thing. So one, invest in having a marketing consultancy, expert who help you to, compress the learning and help you to be able to start getting results quickly. The second thing you want to do is, I'm not saying become a marketing specialist, but at least learn marketing. Get a couple of books on marketing. Learn the basics of advertising and promotion and selling. And yes, there is a lot to learn and you can get overwhelmed. That is the truth. There is a lot to learn. You can get overwhelmed, but at least learn the fundamentals, learn how to write a good advert for it. So before you go and spend £2,000 in advertising a local newspaper, which I wouldn't recommend, by the way, because there's lots of more effective ways that will get you significantly better results. But why don't you think about actually getting a book that will teach you how to write effective adverts before you go and write a really dodgy advert, put it in a local newspaper, and it won't get you any results. You know, most small business owners don't understand the fundamentals of marketing. They don't even understand the fundamentals of marketing. Now, if you don't understand the fundamentals of marketing, how are you going to build a business? Now, you don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars on learning marketing, but once you've learned this, it can help you to earn thousands of dollars in 2015. And I really do mean this. So I do advise you to invest in the services of a pro marketing specialist. I also do advise you to learn some of the fundamentals of marketing. So in identifying in looking at product innovation, you've already started the first step. The first step in marketing actually is product, which is product development, which is identifying the right product to take to the market. And so you've done the research, you found out who your target market is, what their desires are, what their pains are, and then what their frustrations are, and then identifying a product or packaged offer that can address that frustration. The next thing you want to look at is you then want to look at packaging. So how do you package your offer? And in packaging, I'm talking about physical packaging, but also, for example, if you have a website promoting your offer, how are you going to package the website, right? So the packaging. So if you have a physical product, what's the packaging going to look like? The branding and all of that. Why? Because people have said, don't judge a book by its cover. But you know what? That's what people do. Packaging is crucial. See, it's really interesting. I love to read the Bible, and there's a phrase in the Bible where Samuel. I'll tell you the story. There's a guy in the Bible named Samuel. Okay, and Samuel, he was supposed to go to the house of Jesse, and he was supposed to, because God had said to Samuel, go to Jesse's house, right, and make one of Jesse's sons king of Israel. One of Jesse's sons is going to be the next king of Israel. So Samuel goes to Jesse's house. Okay, so he's at Jesse's house, right? And he sees this really cool, handsome dude. And he feels, wow, check out this guy. He saw the way the guy spoke and the way the guy talked. And he said, surely this dude must be the next king of Israel, because he just looks the part. And the way he looks, the way he presents himself, the way he's packaged himself, he just looks like someone who should be king. And he was about to make this guy king. And God said, hold on, Samuel, don't do that. Samuel's like, why? He says, listen, I don't see things the way people see things, because people see the outside while I see the inside. Now, understand something. That's a lesson in marketing, right? People see the outside. I know you've got a great product, you've got a great service, but how you package it is really crucial, because that's what people see in helping them make the decision to want to even look at it. If you don't get the packaging right, it doesn't matter what's inside the package. It doesn't matter what's inside the package. People are just going to walk past it. So you've got to get the packaging right. You know why? Because that's what people see, and that's one of the key things that influences people. The next thing is positioning. Now, this is really, really important, and I'll spend a little bit of time talking about this. By the way, if you do have specific questions that you want to ask, just type the questions in the chat box, and I will make sure we get those questions answered. By the way, I do apologize. It seems like Brian seems to have some challenges getting in. And so I'll just run through this, and hopefully you can get some great value out of what I'm sharing at the moment. All right, thanks a million, everybody. Now, so we've talked about, first thing is product development and product innovation, and then now we're looking at marketing, and we've said packaging is really crucial. Now, the next thing is positioning. Now, so you've got to look at how you package, right? Because that's what people see, and that influences them to want to know more or see more or even try something. Then the next thing is positioning. Positioning is all about, it's just that. It's how and where you position your offering, okay? So let's put this in perspective. If you are packaging a product to help mothers get rid of baby fat. Now, where are you going to position this solution? And this is where you've got to start thinking. I need to start thinking creatively right now. Where's a good place for you to position this where people will see it? It doesn't matter how brilliant your offering, your package solution is. If you don't position it where it is visible for your target market, they're not going to see it. So there's no point, for example, going to a business owners networking event if what you're offering is a weight loss program for mothers who want to get rid of baby fat. You know why? Because mothers who want to get rid of baby fat, they don't go to business networking events. So you've got to think positioning where they're likely to be and position your solutions where it's going to be visible. So now this is where things like online marketing can come in, because you can use things like, and I'm not going to go into detail. We're talking positioning here, places like Facebook and going where they're likely to be. So is there a mother and babies club around, right? So you might start thinking about mothers and babies clubs, and maybe, so you're going to position your solution and make them visible at a mothers and babies club, knowing that people who go to mothers and babies clubs are likely to fit the profile of your target audience. And start asking, where can I position my solution where I will be visible to my target market? So for example, if your target markets are CEOs, where are you likely to position your solution where they will be visible to CEOs of organizations? You've got to think positioning and being visible. So, and that's in two things. That's, first of all, your solution being visible. And then if you're in the services industry, then you also being visible. So where's your target market hanging out? And you hang out there, right? I mean, it's really interesting. There are some people who actually put their children in private school, not because they believe that private school offers better quality education than public school, but they know that their target market are parents of children who are in private school, and they know that if my kids in this school, then I will be able to access people who are in my target market that would help me grow my business. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, especially if the school's a decent school, right? So understanding what your target market is and positioning yourself to be visible. So not just that they would see you, and then you're positioned in a place where they are drawn to you. So think marketing, you're thinking packaging, you're thinking positioning. Okay, so being visible is really crucial. So there's the product innovation, then there's, now looking at marketing, we're looking at packaging, we're looking at positioning. Okay, and just check if there's any questions before I go into the next one. Awesome. Now, the next one then is promotion. And that's a really, really big one. Or in plain English, selling. Basically, you've got to sell it. I know you've positioned it. I know you've packaged it. Maybe, people may even be aware of it. But you know what? You've got to sell it. Now, people say sales is different from marketing. No, sales is a part of the marketing process. It's a part of the process. And the selling bit is basically where you actually persuade that other individual to take advantage of whatever you offer and to trade their money for your solution, right? Now, so you need to have a sales message that is compelling. So whether your sales message is delivered one-to-one, or it's delivered one-to-many, or you use third-party technology to deliver it. So, for example, you have a sales page on your website, you have an email process where you do email promotions, or whether you use webinars to promote, or whether you go and knock up, whatever you do is part of that process, which is the promotion, which is where you connect with your target market. Now, promotion is really crucial, because if you don't do this process, people will be interested in what you have to offer, but they won't buy it. See, and so that's it. And a lot of businesses, they get the promotion bit wrong. It's really again, if you're going to be in business, it's either you learn how to sell, or you partner with somebody who knows how to sell and give them 50% of your business. So let's say you have an amazing product, right? And I'm going to share this with us right now, because this might be a business breakthrough for someone. If you know that you have an amazing solution that solves a problem in the marketplace, Okay, you've either got to learn how to sell it or look for someone who knows how to sell and give them 50% of your business. Why? Because 50% of a million is 500,000. 100% of nothing is nothing. And if you don't know how to promote, I can promise you what you're going to get at the end of the year, and that's nothing, right? Because ultimately, you've got to sell it. Nothing sells itself. Nothing. I'll say that again. Nothing sells itself, right? You might say, oh, you know what? It's a no-brainer. It sells itself. That's not true. There's no such thing as anything that sells itself. There is always a place where the persuasion needs to happen. There's a process that people need to go through for them to be sold. Okay? Now, you understanding that process and taking them through it from the place where they're interested to the place where you build up the desire in them, where they then take the next step, which is buying that service, buying that product, whatever it is that you have to offer. That element has to be in place. Okay, so if you get that right, so now let's go back and let's look at that hypothetical woman who's looking to get rid of baby fat. So we'll call her Angela. So I offer an amazing weight loss. So actually, I say I. It should be Brian really, because Brian's the expert in weight loss. Brian's back in the room. I'm not sure if his audio is okay now. But you know, let's talk about weight loss because Brian's the expert in weight loss. Okay, so let's say we have a weight loss program for mothers who want to get rid of baby fat. Hey, Brian, buddy, can you hear me? Okay, he still can't, but that's fine. All right, so first thing is we put together a program. So there's a lose baby weight without having to go to the gym in 90 days. So that's the offer. And so that is the offer. There's a baby weight drainer program. Well, that sounds really awful, but we'll just call it a baby weight drainer program. Okay, and the big promise is we will help you lose that baby weight that you've been struggling with in less than 90 days. Okay, so that's the big promise. All your money. Okay, so now the next thing is packaging. So how am I going to package this, right? And so you start thinking of the imagery, you start thinking of the name, you start thinking about how will I make this attractive. So the key thing is how, because the whole thing about packaging is you want it to fit the profile of the solution and your target market. How do I package my message? You know, what's the tagline I would use that would, you know, that's the right tagline? What is the, you know, so how should I make, you know, so the web page where I'm selling this, how should it look? What should the imagery be like? So that when people see it, they're going to be drawn towards it. Wow, this looks like the real deal. And it looks like it should look like for this target market. Okay, so you start looking at the packaging. Then the next thing then is the positioning, and this is okay. Now that I've packaged my offer, I've packaged this. Where am I going to position it to be visible in my target market, where they can start to see it, they can start to recognize it? So a classic example, again, I say Facebook. Facebook is absolutely amazing for positioning. It's really amazing for positioning. Using Facebook advertising, you can really target specific demographics, and you can just start to run your adverts just so that people can see them. Now, your adverts may not, the purpose of those adverts may not really be to even get sales in the moment. It may just be to keep putting this advert in front of your target market, or putting this promotion in this packaged offer in front of your target market, so they start to recognize your brand. Okay, they start to recognize your brand, and so why? Because you want to position yourself in the mind solution provider. Okay, so position is really, really crucial. And then the next you start looking at promotion, which is okay, selling it. So getting people's attention, you know, whether you're doing email sets, so you're selling to them via email, whether you're selling to them over the phone, face to face. So it all depends on you, your solution, and your target market. So if you offer consultancy services, for example, you probably will sit down with them and do a trial consultancy and then upgrade them into a paid package. If you offer a physical product, you can do a physical demonstration, for example. That could be how you promote. You promote it. You do a physical demonstration, and then offer a one-time discount if they take action right now. So there's all sorts of different things you can do to promote. Now, there is a book I am going to recommend. There is a book I'm going to recommend, and the book is called Influence by Robert Cialdini. Influenced by Robert Cialdini. That book is a book I recommend should be read by every single business owner. I'll just share that in the chat box there. Now, I mean, here he shared with us some of the key influencing factors. They're really powerful. I'm not going to go into detail here because we don't have a lot of time. Okay, but that book by Robert Cialdini will help you identify, and this is psychology, but it's not pop psychology. I mean, it is proven psychology of human behavior to understand how to influence, because selling is influencing. That's what selling is. Selling is influencing. Influencing is selling. And that book is one of the best books on influencing. It's not focused on selling, but everybody who has a business should read that book because it will help you understand how people think, the psychology of human behavior, which is what selling is really all about. Okay, so, all right. I've shared a few things here, and we've got about 7 minutes to go. I really do apologize. I know Brian was really geared. He was set, and what I'm probably going to do is I am going to schedule. It wouldn't be part of the acceleration, but I know that Brian had something amazing to share with us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to organize some time later to have Brian do a webinar with us where he'll be sharing his full transformation program, because I know many of us were looking forward to that, but you're definitely going to get that as well. I promise you, be on the lookout. Probably sometime in February or March, we're going to have Brian Kenny do a very special session on total transformation. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I hope that's been useful. Now, you take that and you run with that and focus on product innovation and marketing. And I could almost guarantee, right, that you find out what the biggest frustrations of the target market are, source or create products and services that help them overcome those frustrations, and then design and implement a winning marketing strategy. And there is no way, if you focus on product innovation and marketing, that you will not have a brilliant year in your business in 2015. Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, again, just type the questions in the chat box. We should be finishing very shortly, but I just want to make sure that I can address any questions. Once again, technology's failed us, and that's okay. Okay, because we will be having Brian again, and we'll make sure that the total transformation session would most definitely still happen. But I hope this has been very useful for us. I hope this has added value to you. I hope you've received something that you can take away from this session and you can apply into your business and can help you take your business to the next level. I'm trying to think, what could I offer you that could really help you to take this up a gear and help you take it to the next level. Okay, next session. A few things very quickly just before we leave. Next session is happening in about an hour, okay? And yeah, next session is definitely going to happen. And our trainer for next session is Simone Vincenzi. Now, Simone is an amazing guy. I mean, he's full of energy. He's an Italian. He's an amazing guy. He's an Italian who happens to live in London. I've had the opportunity to talk to him, ask him a few questions. He's going to be sharing with us how to find your true life purpose in 60 minutes. So if you're thinking, what's my life purpose? What's my life purpose? What's this whole purpose thing? You definitely want to be on in an hour as Simone shares with us how to find your true life purpose in the new year. Now, he's an award-winning author, speaker, and inner confidence catalyst. He's a co-founder of an organization called GTEx. GTEx is focused on creating a world where every individual is connected with their true purpose in life so they can make money doing what they love. It's going to be an absolutely wonderful one. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be here, and I would encourage you to be here as well. Awesome. Okay. No questions. So finally, how do you get now? These sessions are live, and you can access the live sessions free of charge. But if you want to access the recordings of all previous sessions, what you need to do is, I'm just going to share the link here. Okay, I'm going to share the link here. is go to this link. If you didn't get it initially, click on that link and you pay $1. You pay $1 right now. As soon as you pay $1, you will have access to the recordings of all of the sessions. But not only that, so what then happens is after 30 days, you get charged $37. Now, by the time we are through, we're going to sell the whole program. The recordings would go for $97, but for now, you can get it for $37 and you can lock it down right now. Just click that link in the chat box and it will take you to the page where you can access the recordings of every single session for $1 with an upgrade for only $37 in 30 days. So go ahead and take advantage of that. Now, how do you maximize New Acceleration International Web Summit? How do you make the most of this event? And I'll share this, and I'm sharing this from experience of people who've attended the previous events. How do you maximize it? Number one, attend every single session. I know that's a big ask, but attend every single session. Don't just pick and choose. Come for everything. Listen to every session. Listen to every speaker. There'll be so much wisdom. We intentionally picked our presenters because we know that you need everything that is going to be shared, and that's why we've put this together. So attend every single session. Number two, take lots of notes. Take lots of notes. Yes, even if you have paid to get the recordings, there is something powerful about taking notes. So I know you're going to listen to the recordings again, but just take loads of notes, okay? Number three is definitely listen to the recordings over and over and over. As soon as you go in now, you can access all the videos, but we're also going to get the MP3 audios available to you as well, so you can download them, so you can listen to the audios as well as watch the videos. So if you're on the go, you can listen to the audios in your MP3 players, listen to it on your phone, and just keep playing it over and over and over and over and over and over. That's what you want to do. And then finally, take action. Now, the take action bit is probably the biggest one. It's the biggest one. Take action. It's not what you know that counts. It's what you do with what you know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is DJ Sabanjo. I hope you got great value from this session. Thanks a lot for coming in tonight to be a part of this. I will see you in an hour when we have Simone, and I look forward to being with you then. Enjoy the next hour or so. And if you're watching the recording, let's go out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take action. Let's get amazing results, because I am looking forward to hearing your success story. So thanks a lot, everybody. It's been a wonderful one. I look forward to seeing you in a short while. All right. Bye now.